didn't do any Himalayas. This is as good as that. That's a lot of shit. Hello, I am Bosky and you're watching the Art of Unwinding channel. This Sunday we went to Dabbaguli, which is a place on the banks of the river Cauvery about 120 kilometers south of Bangalore. This place I think is right on the border between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So while getting there, we crisscrossed the state border a few times. The roads to this place were narrow and pretty good, but for two stretches close to Dabbaguli of about 5 to 8 kilometers each that were very bad. However, since I was on my Muddy Hog, modified to handle such terrain, it was relatively a stress-free ride for me. While we head to the banks of the Cauvery, let me talk about an interesting topic. The question of why do we ride and why do we invest so much energy, time and resources into motorcycling? Well, this is an age-old question that likely goes back thousands of years when humans first started riding horses. At least I think that way. And there is no wrong answer to this question. Any answer is the right answer. Let me share my thoughts. We all ride for different reasons. It can be for fun, for adventure, to bond with friends, to relax, as a form of moving meditation, to commute, to get through traffic easier, to get somewhere, maybe even just to show off. And that's okay, to each his own. Why do I ride? I ride to unwind. Work can sometimes wind me down and it can sometimes wind me up. So no matter whether I am wound up or wound down, a nice motorcycle trip sets things back to optimum for me. When traveling by motorcycle, all my senses are engaged. I can see so much going on all around, even though my primary focus is on the road. I can feel the air temperature, I can smell the world around me, I can move with the motorcycle and I physically hold on to the motorcycle using many of my muscles, and I can also hear nature's noises. Coming back to this ride, I told you about the bad roads. This is it. Looks all hard and caked up, but you can imagine what it can turn into with a little bit of rain. Mind you, we were able to get to the riverbank because it is now well past monsoon season. Else, I think the mud roads would have been swamps and slush pits and would have become unrideable. Coming back to why I ride, I think motorcycling is one of the greatest feelings in the world. Nowadays there is so much information that we are bombarded by 24 hours that it can get very distracting and overwhelming. So motorcycling is one way to help quiet things around us and to experience some peace. I have been motorcycling since 1988 when I got my first motorcycle when I was in college. And then as I grew up and grew older, life took me on various paths and directions with changing responsibilities and timelines and goals. However, I was fortunate that I was able to keep fully in touch with motorcycling. I always owned a motorcycle through college, marriage and fatherhood and to the present. A few years ago, I deeply pondered about the question, why do I ride and what do I want from it? And at around the same time, I was flipping through the photo archives of dozens of motorcycle trips I had made and found that on most trips, I mostly had photographs taken at the hotel or the resort and very little taken along the way. This made me ponder for weeks and months because I was seeing and noticing that there was something missing, something was not right about my motorcycling. Now coming back to this ride, our final destination, the riverbank, though very scenic, was absolutely filthy and littered with trash dumped by visitors. Plastic bottles, plastic bags, paper waste were all over the place. There was also tons of bullshit, I mean cow dung, but that's okay because that is natural and biodegradable. But the plastic waste and the food waste was not tolerable. It was so bad that we did not spend much time there and did not have our usual relaxed customary breakfast there. It was a sad sight to see the state of this place. Anyway, this is a matter, an entirely different subject matter that I shall not get into. All we can do is ensure that we do not add to the trash. Now going back to the pondering about my motorcycling, one fine midnight, it was like I had an epiphany of sorts and realized that the missing piece was the journey. And since this realization, my motorcycling has changed and there is a greater sense of excitement before any ride and a greater contentment post the ride. No ride is too big, no ride is too small now. The bottom line was the journey became the destination. So, in tune with this newfound motivation and enthusiasm, I decided that I will get myself motorcycles that will serve the purpose of what I want from them. So over the last 2 years, I have been making step-by-step changes to what motorcycles I owned and rode and have finally arrived at what works best for me. The guiding philosophy being horses for courses. So I sold off some motorcycles and bought a couple of others. And after all the jugglery and sale and purchase, my horses today are: first is a Suzuki V-Strom 650, of which I plan to do a 10,000 km ownership review soon. And then my second horse is the Royal Enfield Interceptor Muddy Hog 650. And my third horse is being delivered this coming week, and I'm excited about it because it will help me explore the trails and tracks around Bangalore. I plan to go out on this my new horse next week, and once I do that, I'll share the experience at the earliest. I will also share more thoughts on horses for courses philosophy that I follow. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and my ramblings. If you liked what you saw and heard, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to this channel. So till next time, be safe, be strong, and happy riding.